Okay. So, well, not also for today, but for some future days, I also refactored my screen view. It should be more 16 x 9. Okay, let's see. Let's recap what have we done previously. We created a clock settings for this clock. Okay, so it works now. And we'll double check the tests. Okay, every test once. Okay. Let me check what will be. Okay, we'll start with this thing. So we'll start with adding a time zone database. Okay, Elixir has a couple of time zone databases. Have a couple of options how to work with time zone database and get time zone database. So where is it? This module defines the responsibilities for working with calendars and so on. Okay. Time zone. Time zone database. Okay. This module defines behavior for providing time zone data. And where to find them? As I remember, we have two options. One of them is TZ data, and another one is TZ module dependency. It will be faster. Okay. Many functions require a time zone database. By default, it uses the default time zone database returned by something like this. It defaults to to this one, which only handles etc UTC. Okay, let's check whether it will work. And date UTC UTC. Okay, so it works. And what I need to do with it, I need to update code a little bit. So we can put times on database. I think I will update our module at first. UTC. Okay. Instead of it, I will be using UTC. Okay. test should run again, because nothing relies on this right now. Okay, everything works. So we have two options. One of them is this library and another one is this. So which should I pick? I have a little bit of nerve system. So it's okay. Circuits. Okay. So it's I have connected to my Raspberry Pi Zero, and we have installed this, I think, possibly with more outdated, the version is outdated instead of this, but yeah, it works. As we see, it already works for 14 days. Okay, so we have restarted the Raspberry 14 days ago, 2 weeks. Okay. So let's see. Do we have something that uses time zone data? And application get okay. Application get let's see. I think it's somewhere. We have it somewhere. I think it's this one. Application get open. So much settings. Okay. Not so much to look into. Interesting. So it seems that it doesn't use any time zone thing. Okay, that is nice. Let me check this. TZ. Okay, nothing. Okay, another thing what I will pick is Elixir, something like that. Okay, Chrome. I've seen some library. Okay, it's a library for parsing, writing, and calculating cron format strings. And okay, I think it's very, let's check the dependencies for it. So it depends on Ecto, on Xdoc, Xcorals, okay, the Elixir Credo. So yeah, as we see, we have almost no dependencies for it. Okay, so it's just okay. I'm glad about this. So I think that it will be no difference picking a library. Okay, we have this tz and tz data. We have a failing build for it. Okay, what are the dependencies? Okay, automatic data updates. So it uses Hackney and nice. And this one, it uses okay, HTTP. Okay, so this one depends on Hackney for requests, and this one okay uses Mint with CD store, or we can just create another client if we want to have something like that. Okay. I think I will be using this one. This one. Okay, how to use it? Let's just add this to our okay. Need to switch language. Let's add this to our dependencies. tz. Okay. Will be the last dependency. And format. Okay. The file is formatted now. We'll start again, and it will complain. Yeah. Oh. Interesting. It's already patched, possibly by the how can we call it, our language server protocol, I believe. Okay, so how to use it? Datetime. To use them and then configured via a configuration. Okay, where is our configuration? Config and config. Okay, timezone database. TZ. Timezone database. Okay, let's start it again and see what we have. Date time now, for example, yes, how can we tz then okay, possibly it's a little bit outdated, but okay. Zoom database. Do we have something? Okay. Everything is just hidden. Let's check. timesets snapshots. No, not this. Key, custom HTTP client, performance, custom storage location, and installation. Okay. Store time zone data to possibly we'll move back to it. So what are the available time zones? Okay, countries, time zones. Ah, okay, utility functions. TZ extra. TZ. Okay, so we need to add another library for this. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. Everything. And yeah. What about so it was updated on this date? On November or November, okay. So this TZ extra was updated at this point, and TZ in September. Getting started, that changes, quickly. We have installed this one. TZ extra and countries time zones. Okay, it's very large amount of things. TZ extra and time zone identifiers. Okay. So we have 186 time zone identifiers. details. Possibly the first one will be what we need to find, and okay, so we have UTC only here. Just wanted to look at the documentation, but I think we do not need this. Okay. There is no time zone with this. Okay. Europe. Okay. Okay. So we can just thanks grading. Okay. So we can just pick all the available time zone identifiers for this. Let's see at the time zone database. Okay, let's connect this. We have added a time zone database default time zone database, and changed this to match the default time zone. Okay, so it's our dependencies, and let's commit those things. Delete, commit. I think it's everything should pass because there was not much changes. Okay, it will take some time. So let's move to another part. Broadcast, add validation to settings. Okay. We'll work on this next. Okay. Add the items in database, so mark it as done. Okay. Add validations for settings. Let's see. Where is our settings? Okay, here. So what I want to do, I think I will move the things. I think I will move the things a little bit upper. We had documentation, or we don't have documentation now. So we had no coverage for this module for macros until Friday evening. So we have now a coverage. I think it will be nice to make it more readable. Okay. So what is this? It's our default values. Okay. And then we will map them into the into a dictionary. Come up. We'll move to it a little bit later. So what do we have here? So here we're looking through our fields and adding the field name and the database type for it. Okay. So it will be base fields. Yeah, it will be like this. So we'll replace it with the database fields. I think it will be more readable this way. Field name and okay, creating this and no, not fields, name type. It will be type spec. Okay, we'll move it for the thing. Okay, new thing. Jumped to one place. Type spec. Okay. Adding tax settings and so where do we use default values? We're using them here and keys. Keys will be fields. Let's format it. Possibly it will add some parentheses. Okay. It is not used anywhere. So possibly I will not need it anymore. So just extracted two things. Let's check our coverage. Okay, it's just the same. So what I will do here is I want to add more validations to our settings. We will add some change set to it. Okay. I think I can mark it as done. Okay. Add validation for settings. If change set So what I will be doing the next, let's see. I need to add some validations. So about this one, I will create another callback. It will be a change set. Okay, it will accept a team or to change set t is t. Okay, it will be like this, and it will return and to change set t is t. Not sure that it will work, but let's just see. So we should have a warning about this. Okay. Okay. We have some available modules. So updating it. Possibly will change a little bit. API. Result, we're here updating it. We have a name. It or create. If there is no data, we insert a module with some default data. Okay. We have get settings. Here we get a module name, get or create with default values, and converting the values from map. Okay. We have an update here. Update with data. So we're calling it with this thing. Okay. So we can have a nil somewhere here. Okay, so possibly this thing can be nil. Okay, how about this? It's not happy again. Save settings. We get a module name. We're updating it with some data and converting it to a map again. If change set. Okay, let it be like this. We have initial value and data. Okay, that's pattern match. Let's pattern match on it. We have a change set. Okay, if we get let it be like this. Data will be change set. Data module. It will be our settings. Initial change set. Okay. Yeah, here. What we need to do is special default this. Okay, we have this and not keys. Okay, we have keys for this thing. Mm, it will be like this. Change set for data. Change set. Cast data and data. Custom data and no, is data module replace values. Okay. So we need an existing thing and extra thing. Okay. Let's look at our update function. Update. Okay. We're getting our data by name. Just thinking how to approach it, at least somehow. So, what I want to do, I want to get some settings, get existing data and validate it. Okay. So let's do something like this. We'll have a module, and just borrow what I have here. Okay. I have a data here. I will need to map or interesting. Let's do something. Another thing. Set. We'll open a documentation for it. Cast. Okay, we have cast here. So it accepts vector schema type T or T. So it can accept vector schema. Okay, another thing will be map struct data. Okay. Change set. have some spelling test. Change set cast. Module. I think it's the main issue with it. Module and this module values. Okay, so it sets the struct. So interesting, will it work now? It doesn't work. Okay. Empty dictionary. Okay. So let's see. We do something like this. So we have a module. Okay, pipe it into a struct. This empty value. Next, I will pipe it into the vector change set. With so we have the first argument. We have a map from struct data. Okay, and map this from module to code. Okay. We'll save it as a variable. Okay, let it be changed. And starting it again. I will rename it to change set. Okay, we have a failing test. Okay. Click to change set 3 is undefined or private. What? Okay, so it should be change set cast. And now I think it should be happy, or at least more happy than before. Okay, change set. We have a change set, and we have a changes. Okay. Interesting thing. I will pipe it into a new set. Module change set. Yeah. So I will not accept this thing, and okay, we will need only this thing, and it should fail, but that's okay, because there we have no change set defined. Let's fix it. So what we have here is let's format our file a little bit. Okay, so what we have here set apply changes. Okay. Okay. validate change set. Now, so everything is formatted now. So what we have here? We have a module, we create an empty structure and trying to cast it. So we assume that we have an empty settings and try to validate whether they are valid. So we fetch all the data from our data and take all the fields that are available for our settings. Next, we call in the module change set function, which should return a new change set. Okay, let's work on it for our clock settings. And the change set into settings. Okay, set. Okay, we have an actor change set here. Change set. Okay. Let's return it as is, and it should make our tests pass. No. Okay. It makes our test pass. So what I will do here is put extra validations. Interesting. I need to import some functions from change set. Let's move back to our settings and import change set. Imported it. So change set and we need to validate that our time zone has a correct value. It's no, I think I need some kind of validations. Where is it? X-vector, vector schema, vector change set. So where do we have a validation thing? Validate format. Where do they come from? Validations. Okay, let's see. I think we have our breakpoint. Vector change set. Validate change set. There are no validations. Where to pick those validations? Validate subset. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. We have a validate subset thing. So it accepts T. So it's our change set. The next which field we need to validate, and another thing is our possible values. Okay, and some extra arguments. Okay. Validate subset. subset time zone, and how did we call it? TZ extra time zone identifiers. TZ extra time zone identifiers without any arguments. Okay. Rename this and breakpoint to. Let's see. So our test should pass because no, they fail. Test work, not much right. Let's try again. So if it will fail again, I will okay, I will look into the cause for it. What I will do here, just comment and run everything. Okay. Run it. Validate subset. Okay, it will be time zone. Do we have a time zone? Okay, we have a time zone field, and let's check. Not much right hand side. Value string. Okay. Validate subset, change set, pets, and something like this. Oh, okay. So instead of it, I will need to use a validate inclusion. Okay. Possibly it will work now. Okay, everything works. And let's try to fail this test. Okay. There is no such identifier. Okay, but it actually works. So why it does work? Let's test it. So test for our settings, for our settings test. Okay. Using describe clock settings settings clock settings X. Okay, settings with clocks settings. I will rename it to clock test. Okay. No. Okay. bit. Editor, please. Let me remove this file. Okay. Editor. Editor. Root my proposal. Def module. Access home test. Test. Okay. So test. And so what I will do, I will just borrow this line. Okay. Access home. Settings. Clock settings. Okay. And I think I will also need an alias for Refactor. Okay. Our settings will be settings for clock settings. Okay. Settings. Update. What we need to save settings. Okay. Save settings. And what it will be like settings. Okay. Clock settings. Settings. This time zone. Okay. Let's do something like this. So what this test will do is check settings this complete time zone. Okay. And this test should fail. No. Okay. It fails, and that's nice. Because we can add some failed thing. And just run the same test multiple times. Okay. I think we'll need this. Okay. Where is my editor? It's here. Clock settings. So we have a change set and validate inclusion throughout time zone identifiers. And doing this, and create a breakpoint. Okay, change set. Wait, valid. TU extra. Ah, okay. And what if I will try to apply action, something like, I don't know, ASDF. But it's invalid. Interesting. Apply changes. Why are we able to pass this thing? The extra time zone identifiers. We have like this, and number. Okay. Okay. It is not a number of this, but why are validation passes? Change set, changes. Okay, we have a valid change. Validate inclusion, validates change is included in the given in number rule. Cast data params password. Okay, it's some validation, update, change, cast. So update, valid change, still change. Okay, now nothing like this. Optimistic lookout. No, we don't need it. Sock, merge, get field, get change. Include. Okay. Result. Oh, I like it. So it's invalid. Result. Instead of change set, we need to work with result. Result. Change set. Okay. Apply changes. Let's see about the apply changes. Apply changes. apply change set will return data with changes regardless if change set is valid or not. Okay, and I need to actually validate something. It just applies it. Okay. Changes and how to validate it. Okay. Apply action only if the change set valid. All changes are applied to change set data. And then okay. If the changes are valid, all changes are applied to the change set data. If the changes are invalid, no changes are applied and the mirror tuple is returned. Okay. Okay, let's apply what action. Action update. Okay, it is not valid. So that's everything we want. Okay. So what I will do, I will remove everything and this info and move back to our settings. And then data, we say our change set and data. So not this, but apply apply action. Okay. So we will fail to work with it. Place change set data to okay, and so if it is valid, so so what should it return if it is valid? Apply action, okay, data. Okay, data. We will do something like this, and if it is invalid, it will return error, too much error, and change set. I don't like that we have too much change sets here. Change set, okay, will return error. So if we have invalid data, we will end up with invalid result. Okay, expected false on got error and some change set data. Okay. So it will return a meta schema or vector change set. Okay. It will return meta schema t or vector change set. Okay. Let's move to our tests. What it will get change set. Okay, change set. We have some errors and okay. I believe we had some function regarding valid value. Was somewhere site support. Okay. You don't need this file too. Okay, inside support test data case. Okay, errors on change set. Errors on change set. Okay. Errors on change set. Set and then this is invalid. Okay, equals errors on change set. Okay, so this should fix our test and also do something extra. Okay, let's see. We'll remove our we have an increase in our coverage. I like it. Saved it for enough times. Just another one. So we have our test that we cannot save settings with invalid timezone, and it works. Set clock settings. Wait, time zone. It will be clock settings, default values, and assert clock settings, time zone will be default time zone. Okay, equals settings, get settings, clock settings. Formatted everything, and it should work the same. Okay, finally it works. So basically, if we change the default time zone, we actually will get some default value. So if something went wrong, our time zone will not be changed. Okay, let's add another test. Test, I think, check. We don't need. We cannot save settings using valid time zone. Okay, so this test, what will be doing? Valid time zone to the default. We can update our time zone manually. Okay, so instead of it, okay, what I will do here, I will get clock settings with default time zone. Okay, so what I will do next, I will call settings with update clock setting. Okay, it's like a little hack here. Okay, clock settings name and time zone will be non-existing. We'll assert that time run. Think I should wrap it into the time zone will be this thing to settings get or create clock settings name. Okay, so this part should work as intended. Okay, and I will borrow the default time zone. Set. I think I will borrow even multiple lines too. Okay, this line too. Okay, assert. So why I want to do this? Because I need to fix the values if they were changed somehow. For example, I don't want to write migrations for when the settings thing will change. So what it will do, if we have some errors inside our settings, I will revert it to the default value. And this should work very nice. Okay. So we have this. And test reverts in the lead time zone to a default value. let's move the time zone to default value. Okay, let's move to this clock. Okay, this one. I think I will also add an extra check here. So time zone will be time zone. Okay, will be default time zone. Here. Okay. Let's format everything. Okay. And this and get settings. Get settings. Trying to update this. Settings, clock settings name. Okay. Clock settings. And then settings. Name. Get module name. Spec. It will accept a module and will return a string key. It's a little bit like heck, but I think it's okay in this case. And will be settings, get module name, look settings. Okay. So, name, 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 update. Let's see. Get or create one or get or create two. Get or create create. Get or create. Need this. So it should work. At least fail in another part. Okay. It failed in another place. Variable settings is unused. Get clock settings. didn't like this. Main settings. I think I will just uh, yeah, okay. Okay. Failed test here. Let's fix it. And we have our settings. Let's create where is our settings? Get settings. And okay, we getting a module name. The next we get or create. Okay. Fix. Let it be like this. I will move it a little bit. Okay. How to call it? Fix. Errors. Okay. Errors. Fix errors. And it will accept. Okay, it will accept the structure. Module. Module. Okay, will be our data. And change set with set. Okay. We have too many change sets. That's it. Let it just drop. Okay. Mm, data will be our vector schematic. Okay, it will return what it will return. It will return vector schematic or raise raise an error. Okay. Data. Delete. Case. Data do and so if our data is valid, ok. Okay, result I will return just a result. Did a little bit over. Set. Okay. Real voice. Okay, let it be like this for now. Formatted this thing and move into our Fox settings. Rename this to validate. Next typo. Okay. We have two unused variables now. Okay. Vector change will just change it errors. Okay. We have changed set errors and into a keyword keys. Okay. Keys read to change set errors. Okay, so we have a change set errors. What I will do with it, I keyword keys, take the keys from it, values, time zone. Okay. Up, 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 4. Okay. Keyword is change set errors. Okay. 4 field change do to okay, and field and module will use module default values and field. Okay. Mm. Yeah. I need to call this thing. Okay. Oh. Okay. Values. Okay. So what I will need to do is and what I will do is up, 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 update module get module name. Okay, update with some default values. Okay, it will be our result. And update and module. It will not protect when some evil default values. Right, okay. Okay. When it can return a nil result. In this case, it will return everything. And in this, it will just raise an error. Okay. Let's review. Okay. I've created a callback. Added validate function. And some fix errors thing. Fix. No. Okay. I think I will need to rename it. Make more verbose. I think 3 words. Okay. Save. So what does this function do? It just validates the data and checks set default values for okay. It's larger, but more verbose. What it does. Okay, validating. We have some tests for our case, and okay, I have renamed a little bit. Okay. Commit. Let's try committing. Possibly everything should be happy. Maybe check. Only formatter. Okay, formatter is not happy. Let's just close my editor. Trying to commit another time. Okay, so what do we have here? And page and for setting. Okay, pushing it right away. But okay, mark it as done. Okay, add page to adjust clock settings, store time zone data to a custom folder, process updated settings. Okay, this is also done. So we have an automatic migration broadcast updates for settings. Actually, I will do it later. Add the page to adjust clock settings. Okay. This. Okay. Let's look again to our settings page. We have this, we have service page, clock. Okay, we have dependencies. David complain. I'm not sure about this. The base prefix, we have some dependencies, we have name, okay, we have name, and we have a view module. Checking it again, we have pass, router helpers pass, and some actions, some params. Okay, what about dependencies? Let's look again on it. It will be a clock and dependencies. Okay. Deps. Let it be like this. And it will be a list. Okay. Subscribe to dependencies. Get callback module, some dependencies. Okay. Let's see. We have tips. And okay, we have some actions. Okay. We'll have some index. Okay. It will store some configuration. Depths. It will be okay. We'll just borrow everything from here. I will do something like this. Do something like this. With prefix and settings. Value date. Macro. Okay, when is it in prefix? And so on. View module will be like this. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Using prefix settings. Okay, view module will be view module will be okay. Settings view okay. And will be settings settings will be settings and actions. Okay. Settings and corrections. Okay. Why does it complain now? Because there are now some undefined function use. Interesting. Okay. You created the things. So instead of this, I will try to use a map. Let's run our tests, and almost every test should fail. Okay. Undefined function use. There is no such input. Each clock x, line number 5. So as understand, we will not be able to reach it. This 3. 3, 3, if I plug everything. Basically, I don't need this thing. No. And if I develop this into some I see. So what I will do, I will do something like this. It will be graphics, and other part will be the settings. So we don't need anything. This 3. Why 3? Okay, we have something like this. And what if I convert it into a keyword list? Service page clock. What about this? Okay, it works. Okay, okay. New module. Okay, we have like this. And like sections. Okay. Sections and macro expand. So macro. What do we have? Up to macro. So what can we do? Escape. Macro expand not only but okay. Actions will be settings, actions, macro expand. Okay. Let's try using this thing. Yeah, actions. It didn't help. Macro actions. Okay, it doesn't help little. Decompose code by provoke. So to string will work. Okay, it's right value, but it's not very helpful. Okay, update var analyze escape expand. Just write it. Expand. The same ast. And escapes. Now, how to convert this thing to a map? We have an escape string, struct to string, underscore. Okay. Let's try and escape. Escape. It's even more difficult to work with. Okay. Does return the ast plus to value. Contrast to quote, which means it does return the ast to the of the past in value. In contrast to quote, which returns the ast. Okay. Macro. Inspect the macro escape. Okay. Escape where will do an escape this value. Macro queue. You inspect ops label quote ops. Okay, quote 2 you inspect on quote ops label and quote. Escape queue dictionary. Escape. Okay, and escape. Escape queue. Okay, quote. Okay, I think it's quote and unquote. Escape. So escaping this. Include. Okay. Okay, so for escape it looks like this. and on escape just will be the same. Okay, regarding the queue. So it's escape and escape. Code. Oops. What is the difference? Okay. We should do just the same. Quote unquote. Okay. Go back, view module, we have like this, and go back, view module. Do we have a view module here? Okay, we have view module and some actions. Actions. Include actions. Okay. And that is nice. Recompile and serve Elixir home with serve live service page live and okay service page actions. Okay, we have this thing, so we'll just make it like this. Okay. We'll have some index dependencies and some preview dependencies. Or just possibly we'll remove this little bit. So we just skip everything. Okay. Let's format our file. what it will do. Oh, okay. Let's name it like prefix. Okay. And make it no. Review module thing, directions. So review module thing, and info back everything. This will be okay. This will be like we have this prefix, we have name, we have view module. View module simple this page like okay. We'll do the same for view module too. Def view module quote view okay. No function using okay. Let's just see the whole stack trace here. Using function using okay. Prefix will be settings. Okay. Let it be like this. And actions. Okay. What about now? Okay. We have some failure tests. That is fine. When is item prefix and this item view module it is not just remains validation thing. Okay. What now? just remove actions because it's prefix view module view. Okay. What about this thing? Will it work like this? No. Okay. So instead of this, we'll just use some settings. Okay. So this should work. Okay, it works. What fails? Clock dependencies, dependencies. Okay, let's work with dependencies. And we have name. Do we need this name? Template name, name. Okay, we have name pass module dot name. Possibly it's somewhere near our router. Service routing. We have it here. And so we don't need a name at all. But template name, template name, template name. It seems that we can just drop this thing. Let's see. We have three pages. Home page. Okay. So we actually do need. And now we have undefined dependencies. Okay. Dependencies view module. We need a view module. Okay. We need a view module. We need a name. We need a base prefix. And then subscribe to dependencies. Okay. There we go. Okay. Where do we where do we fail? Subscribe to dependencies, subscribe to dependencies, and subscribe to dependencies. Okay. So all things here. Okay. Let's try here. And let's see what we have. Socket. Okay. Reflection. And do we have some module? We have a module. Module. What? Okay. Callback module. We have callback module, and we have actions. Sockets. What are lines? Okay. Socket assigns live action or AV. Okay. Dependencies will be like this. Okay. And the thread will just look through them. Possibly this will fix some tests. Okay, we have some extra thing. Okay, def private get module dependencies. So it will accept the socket and it and and what it will do, it will do something like this. Public module dependencies. Trying to format our file. Okay. Formatted it. Dependencies will be get module dependencies. Socket. So back module. Okay. So actually we can do something like this. Okay. Dependencies get callback module. Actions. So yeah. This means that we don't need a callback module at all. Okay. Because it's just not necessary. And we will move this here. And module dependencies. Okay. we're getting module dependencies here. Get callback module socket dependencies. Get and then the dependencies for socket. Dependencies from socket and okay. What the type spec here? Spec with dependencies. Get dependencies for the dependencies it will accept as so get t and will return yes. Let's do it like this and run our tests. Callback module is unused. We don't need it at all. So we don't have the callback module here, and okay, we can just remove this part too. Let's format everything. There should be no tests now, and independent. Where do we have this? We need to update the service preview too. Okay, would call that module. We don't need that thing. Let's work with this. Even what restore. Let's see how it goes. Okay. We have a small decrease in our coverage, but I think it's just temporary. Mm, not from the top, but from that. Okay, we can continue it. Okay, it's easy to fix. We have a service page. Now moving to the bottom of it. Okay, staging it. Mm, Let's revisit our clock thing. We have two actions, index and preview, and each one has own dependencies. Then duplicate, but okay, it's okay for now. What I will do next, I will just start some settings, okay, but we'll write it correctly. So we'll have an extra thing with our settings. It will have correct dependence and so on. But I think it will be a little bit later, not today. So moving closely to open application. So we'll continue according to the plan tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye.